Good morning and welcome back to Sun Up on 7. In case you missed it just before the break, we were talking defamation bill amendments. We were talking the amendments to the SI coming this Friday. Curfew or no curfew, we'll see. And unfortunately, the lobster season comes to a close next week, Monday. So get your lobster in. And we might, have Miss Dr. Palmer here this morning do a little lobster dance with us. We're not sure as yet. Good morning. We're joined here with Dr. Yvonne Palmer, who is the Director of Tertiary and Post-Secondary Unit in the Ministry of Education, and Kevin John Chen, who's the Communication and Public Relations Officer. And they're here talking to us about an upcoming Tertiary Options and Opportunities Education Expo 2022. So good morning to both of you this morning. How are you doing, Dr. Palmer?
I am good, thank you.
All
and
right.
Thanks for having us in such a short notice.
I don't know if you may thank we if we make it to this dance. Kevin, you too, good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, good morning, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. I'm doing well, and you guys?
We're good as well.
Good. I'm excited for
We
this
might ask
conversation.
you for dance too.
Oh, how poor Kevin a dance for all the way to host, but
Get up.
I know this is a great conversation because you didn't work. Oh, you didn't work. I think you did home.
It's too early for that to work.
He's an early bird, okay, obviously.
Okay, fine.
And he has the Ministry of Education thing behind us, so you look like you're real.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
as you know, one of our producers, Chantel, was like excited to know about these options and all these things.
Right.
Way ahead of time, she was playing host, Kevin. She was asking about the things ahead.
We offer a spot on the coach for us.
But we want to know, maybe, is this the first time we're doing this expo, or how long since we've done it, and why do this expo in the first place? Before we get into all the nitty-gritty and the options that Chantel is looking for, I want to know about, the brainchild, the thought process behind this expo.
Okay, so the Expo has been around for a while now. I can't really say like how many years, but
It's a lot.
it's been around because it has been an expo that was initially along with the Quebec conference that they would have. They have
I
a
see.
winter and then they have a summer conference. The winter conference is usually hosted by Belize, and then the summer is hosted by the partnering institutions in the US. And so one of the things that was done as part of the conference in Belize was what they would refer to as the college fair. And then because of the dwindling numbers of participants that were a part of that particular fair, the Ministry of Education took it over. And so it expanded to include all the tertiary institutions in Belize, in addition to the colleges that were from the US who are members of the Quebec organization.
Okay.
And that's how the Belize Tertiary Options and Opportunity Expo came about. So that was to expand it. And I think for it to become more locally grown, and
I
so
like that.
people would become more interested. And in a sense, Belize knew what Belizeans wanted. And so we were able to put it together and then have this big expo that was held every year. And because of COVID, last year, we began with the virtual expo because, yes. So we didn't want it to stop. We wanted it to be something that's continuous. And so since everything was going virtual, we said, well, why not do a virtual expo as well? And so last year it was fully virtual, but then we had two sessions. One that was held along with the Quebec conference, and then the other one, we had it like maybe 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Yes, because what we noticed was that many of our local institutions did not get an opportunity to share with the students and other interested stakeholders what they had to offer. And so we said, you know what? In addition to just the universities, we'll have one for the junior colleges. But this time, we're not having it separate, we're having it together. And so that's why we're having 2 days. So 2 days, the 24th, it's going to be fully in person. Reason for that, if the Ministry of Education is saying, we want you out there, we're opening up, then why not demonstrate that
Right.
we as well are opening up to our stakeholders? So the 24th, fully in person, and then the 25th is going to be fully virtual.
I like
Oh,
this
that.
time.
nice. That's
Yes.
nice.
I appreciate that because what I think is there's a lot of people that can make it out physically,
Yes.
but there's a lot of people that would want to be able to get that
Exactly.
virtual experience. So I'm appreciating you having that,
Yes.
either for somebody.
Yes, and also that allows for our partners who are not here with us for the one, which is the 24th of February, for them to also participate. And so we have all these organizations that are participating for the 24th and the 25th. So the 24th, we're having 10 organizations, 10 institutions that are going to be participating in person. And then on the 25th, we have 26
Oh wow,
organizations participating.
Okay.
that's a
Yes.
lot.
Yes, definitely.
Dr. Palmer, could you tell us about some of the opportunities that
Yes.
one can expect when visiting, either virtually or in person?
Right. And so in person, when you go there, you're going to be able to have a conversation with the various junior colleges and the University of Belize and Galen, who will talk to you about what the options are studying at their institutions and what the opportunities they will have. Like, for example, the University of Belize, they have what they refer to as the bursary program, we noticed that a lot of students are not aware that that particular program exists for them to apply for within the institution. And within Galen, they have various opportunities there as well, because I know that they have discounted rates for students, and then they have other opportunities that are offered by the junior colleges as well, where they allow for students to get some type of assistance, which is within their particular institutions. Okay? And so from us at the Ministry of Education, through the tertiary and post-secondary education services, we will be able to share with our participants, the students and public officers and any other individuals who are interested in going back to school. We'll be able to share with them the different scholarship opportunities, financial assistance that is available through the Ministry of Education. Albeit we don't have a lot of scholarships at this time,
Okay.
but there are many financial assistance that is available for those who want to go out and study, to study locally, and because then there is the nursing scholarship
Okay.
to the University of Belize, and then we have what we refer to as the most deserving students, that is through the junior colleges. They get a tuition grant, and then from the Ministry of Education, we have financial assistance, whether for tuition, whether you're going to school and then you notice that, you know what, I still need some funds because I'm finished and I still owe some monies, you'll be able to apply for those through the Ministry of Education as well.
Oh.
And then we have stipend opportunities for those in Central America. Well, Mexico, mostly Mexico and Guatemala, those students who are going to school there, they have the opportunity to apply for stipend while they're studying.
Okay.
To help them to deal with some of the expenses that they have, no?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's really nice.
those
So there's a lot of
opportunities
options that are definitely
Yes.
given that I'm sure people would not be able to get or not be able to know about sometimes if they don't ask the appropriate questions.
Definitely.
I want to bring Kevin in on this conversation. Kevin, for a young person, what do you think is the big attractions that young people can look forward to for the 2-day experience here for the Expo? What do you think would be the one that you think would catch their attention the most? And if it's possible, I know you mentioned there's like 26 on the 25th,
25th.
26 schools, right? I believe. Options,
No,
options.
not 26 schools, but 26 entities.
Entities, right?
Yes.
Could you list with us some of the entities that would be able to catch
forward.
people's attention and make people know about them? Kevin, are you hearing us?
I don't think he's hearing us.
I don't think he's hearing us. No, I don't think he's hearing. Okay, well,
Okay.
what?
Yes, and so some of those areas, what we thought for this particular session is to ensure that we look at the student as somebody who is going to determine how am I going to go to higher education. First, we're looking at scholarship opportunities, financial assistance, and so forth. And so in terms of scholarship opportunities, we have the Taiwanese, Taiwan Scholarship. They're going to be there with us. We have the nursing, we have the Chevening scholarships, and other scholarship opportunities that I'm not thinking about right. Oh, Social Security.
Because there's
Social
a lot,
Security.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, Social Security, they're going to be talking, they will be presenting as well as the scholarship opportunities that they have. And then we think about, okay, now that I have an idea about financing, because then there's DFC as well, because then if you're not able to get all the funds you want from scholarship opportunities, you're able to borrow some money from the Development Finance Corporation. So they will be there with us and sharing what opportunities they have to present. And then you move to, okay, now I'm planning, but then I'm not sure how I'm going to get it done. And so we have a section which speaks to planning for studying in higher education. And so we will share with students where we bring in immigration that will talk about the passports and so forth.
Okay.
We have foreign affairs who will tell you about visa and all of those other areas, how to get your documents signed. In addition to that, we will also have the higher education project. They have their experience, there are students there who have gone through the experience, and then they're now sharing with students how to prepare, how to get your essays going.
Oh, wow.
And all those different things. Because in going to higher education, applying to a college, you may need to write an essay.
Yeah.
Applying for a scholarship, you may need to write an essay. And so they will be able to share some of those things with students. And then we go to tertiary institutions. All of them, what they offer. We also have Earth University from Costa Rica.
Wow.
They are our partners because we have agriculture as one of the areas. And so I think maybe Kevin is ready now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, but I'm mind blown because these are some of the things that I don't know if you had the opportunity as well, but when we were applying to college and having to write these essays, we never knew at all. But now there's this opportunity to actually.
I always say that you guys really like help this generation. So but at our one, we're like we have to struggle a little bit more.
Right.
When
I
it
know,
comes,
right?
But then the options, the opportunities are so much out there. And what I appreciate, and again, I say this expo allows to have that environment where people can just find out what's happening, even if it doesn't apply directly to you, maybe to somebody you know or whatever. I think it's a great expo that everybody should be tuning into just to know what's available, because a lot of these things we hear about it here and there, but if we not see a post, we don't even know.
Definitely.
And that's my question to Kevin. You're hearing us now, Kevin?
I think Kevin's still not
He's
here.
still not hearing us.
I wanted to ask in regards to the 25th. That's gonna.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear us, Kev?
I think it's probably delayed.
I think it's probably delayed or something along the way. But I wanted to ask.
I can hear you guys, yes.
Okay, are you able to answer now? Okay, so I was gonna ask. I guess I could direct to him as well. How would the rundown exactly go on the 25th? Like, I know we have 26 entities, so would it be like somebody gets 15 minutes, 10 minutes? Is it like amount of time to talk, and then everybody in on that virtual experience will be able to ask a question, or what happens in that experience so people can be able to know what to look forward to?
Kevin is not. Kevin?
It's a little delayed.
It's a little bit delayed, yeah. I think it's delayed.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Dr. Paul?
Yes. Sure. So the way it is going to be done, we'll allow the presenters 5 minutes to do their presentation, and then 10 minutes for questioning and answering.
Okay.
And then our IT manager, Mr. Noble, he promised us a software that is going to allow for the questions to be rated, whether they're high or low, and then that will allow for the questions to be asked so that we don't spend too much time with one entity waiting for a question. We already have the question because it would have been rated, since we are going to be on Facebook as well. So we're using Zoom, and then it's going to be streamed live on Facebook. And so when you notice that people are interested in a particular question, if it's a high, then it's taken and then it's asked. If it's not many people interested, then it's rated down. You move to the next one. That way, because we have 26 of them. And
yeah, that's a
15
lot.
minutes, we want to make sure that students get in their questions, students and other stakeholders get in their questions, and also for the various participants to be able to respond to those questions as well.
Now you're saying that it will be live on the Facebook. Is there any way that one can register to be a part of the Zoom program?
Okay, so we've upped our option for Zoom, so we've already paid up and everything. So
Okay.
we
I love it. It's like we pay our bills. We pay our bills.
yes, so definitely we've ensured that we can accommodate many participants, because what we realized last year was we only had the option for 300, and we ended up with like over 500. So that ended up
Oh,
like
yeah.
delaying and causing all
Right.
of that. And we've just to show that we've learned our lessons and made our adjustment, because that's what we want to show our students as well. You learn something, you make the adjustment to
Right.
show that you really learned what
Right.
you're supposed to do. And so we learned, we made the adjustment, and we ensured that we have the capacity for more than 300, so that as many participants can tune in without any practice. It's going to be on the flyer to show how students are going to link up on the Zoom so they can participate.
Okay,
So
great.
there's no need to quickly jump up and register because you may not be able to enter. You will be able to enter. Once you log in, you can get in.
Okay.
For the
Definitely.
24th,
Yes.
how would that be? Because I know there's probably still some kind of adhering to COVID regulations
Yes.
and so forth. Where exactly is the extra going to be presented, and then how long will it be, and
Okay.
how can people go? Because I know you want people to come in,
Yes,
and we
we want
totally
people
want
to
that
come
too.
in.
But will it be how much at that time, or doing a walkthrough?
I was going to ask
Right,
Kevin,
right.
but I'm seeing he's still having technical.
Yeah,
Still
he's
having-
having some technical
okay,
difficulties,
yeah.
sadly.
All right.
But yes, Dr. Palmer, tell us.
Yes, and so the venue is the Independence Plaza, right there by our office in Belmopan.
Okay.
So we're having the tent set up there,
Okay.
so that participants can come in. Whether
so it's open.
it's open,
Okay,
very
you
great.
can go in, and we know that the protocols has allowed for more people to be able, but we're thinking only 20 to 25 persons at a time. That
Okay.
they move through the displays that are there. We've sent out invitations to all our secondary schools, and we're hoping to see in person the secondary school students from third and fourth form in Belmopan, around the Belmopan areas, particularly Belmopan Comprehensive. We have the Methodist High School, then the Baptist High School,
Okay.
and then Our Lady of Guadalupe. And we have St. Ignatius High School from Santa Elena.
Okay.
Since we're having participants from the Sacred Heart Junior College, we're hoping to see some students from the Sacred Heart Junior College. And from John Paul Junior College, we're hoping to see the students from Mopan Technical and the other ones that are around that particular area. We also have the SJCJC participating
Okay.
in that one. Taiwan is a Taiwan embassy, and the ICDF, they will be there to talk about their scholarships that they offer. So students can come in, participants can go in as they want, look at what is there, speak to the individuals who are there. We also have foreign affairs who will be there along with us under our tent,
Okay.
so they can get the information that they need.
Wow,
Okay.
there's a lot of good stakeholders that are
I know,
right
I know.
there.
There's a lot.
Definitely.
I mean, 26.
Definitely.
on
26,
Friday
we have a
itself.
lot. Yes, Friday we have so many from our Quebec institutions. We have Valdosta State, University of North
Right.
Florida, University of Florida, University of Florida, and then we have Murray State. In fact, Murray State was the first one to say yes, they will participate.
Kentucky.
And yeah, because
Kansas.
the
Kansas.
reality was from the start of Quebec, they were the first ones.
Right.
And so we know that they are there with us, and
They're ready.
they're ready and willing to participate.
I like that.
with us.
Kevin, are you hearing us now? I heard that you. Great. Oh, but we can't hear him. Though.
Yes,
oh,
we can't
gosh.
hear him.
If it's not one thing, it's the next. I'm
Man,
telling you.
technology.
Yes.
swear.
We love it and we don't love it at the same
I know,
time.
right?
And it,
Well,
it smells fair. I know that. But
Yes.
in terms of, all right, so as we're winding down the segment now, let's try, I'll have you give the opportunity, or have you with the opportunity of trying to sell it to our younger people to come out and
Yes.
join both days if they have to. Because, I mean,
Right.
there's two different sets. There's two different sets. I'm not sure if that means Kevin is on. No?
Kevin, that doesn't mean you're building something, you're building up the answer, or no?
No, I guess that's probably
No.
room there.
But we did enjoy seeing your face, Kev. Just hope you know that. I hope you can hear that. See, he heard that.
Yes.
But so, yeah, Dr. Palmer,
Yes.
tell us, like, why we've said all this great stuff, but
Yes.
let's solidify it. Let's let all the young people, all people in general, know
Yes.
exactly why they should be able to come to both expos or at least
At
one
least
and
one
make
of-
out the time to be there.
Yes, and so we're saying, come out, come see what we have to offer. What happened is that in Belize City, you only have so many of those institutions. You have SJCJC, you have UB, and then you have Wesley Junior College that is here in Belize City.
Okay.
You don't have the other institutions here. You have an opportunity to be aware of the programs that are offered.
Yeah.
Because I noted that when my son Arian wanted to go to junior college, the first thing he says, I'm going to SJCJC. And then afterwards he said, you know what? Maybe I should go to CJC. Not because his dad went there, but mainly because the programs that are offered there as well. I'm not saying that the programs are SJCJCs, that they're not good. They're great programs.
I love that
But
it's-
then
it was-
you may be able to find specific programs
Right.
that you're interested in because you don't know that the programs exist. Yes, you've heard of the institutions, but you're not sure about the programs that they offer. You have the opportunity to talk to the students who attend there, talk to the people who are working there, and you'll be able to hear for yourselves,
Yeah.
what is offered. And then online, so many opportunities. We noticed that working in tertiary level, I have seen that students don't know a lot of different things that they really need to know before they go study, whether they're going to study out of the country or whether they're studying in the country.
Right.
Because even sometimes when they have challenges at their institution, they're like, they're calling me at the Ministry of Education to help them to solve. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely we have to help them, but this is an opportunity for them to hear from the institutions
Yeah.
and the organizations to know what to look out for and to be able to address a lot of the not necessarily challenges that they're having, but they will be more prepared when they go to junior colleges because they won't be worrying about, my account has been closed because I did not pay.
Right.
They will hear from DFC who will tell them, you know what? You can borrow a little money so that you can pay before those monies come in.
Right.
And then you don't have to be worried about your accounts are closed, you can't register and those kind of things.
I certainly think that, the Expo will be able to provide a lot of options, a lot of
Yes.
opportunities for people once you're able to tune in, whether it be on the virtual or go in person. I think that's going to be a way for you to open your horizons and just know what's out there because a lot of times we're subjected to our district and the
Yes.
schools that are there. So it
There is,
opens the avenue of there's so much out there. There's other options of schools and other programs that you can be able to know about the benefits and also how you can be able to afford higher education, which is an important conversation I think everybody needs to be having.
Definitely.
So I really got to thank you so much, Dr. Palmer,
Thank
for
you.
being here. And Kev, although we didn't get to hear you, it's glad we saw your face. We saw your face and that's all that matters. And the Expo 2022.
Yes.
And so,
Yes.
Oh, there. We finally
wow, we
hear him.
finally
I
hear.
just add a little bit
Yes,
Um,
Kevin.
from the perspective of a young person and from the perspective of a recent student. I know how difficult the information is for whenever we leave high school and we transition into the tertiary part and the post-secondary part. It can be challenging. It can be confusing. So what this expo based tries to do, that it tries to clarify
Uh-huh.
those concerns you may have, tries to do a lot of things, and also it allows you options, right? As Dr. Palmer said, we have financing options, but we also have financing options for assistance, rather, production assistance. All of these things will cost. We have a total of 10 persons, 10 organizations attending for Thursday, and a total of about 25 people for the virtual part. And so, guys, really shouldn't miss it.
Well,
I agree.
most definitely,
I agree.
Kev. I think it's an amazing opportunity
just
for
give
people
information more
to be out there.
Yes.
and yeah, for everybody.
Indeed, indeed.
So definitely just to be able to know the clarity and have that conversation with people. It's a great expo to be able to be tuning in to check out the Ministry of Education. They're going to be having the flyer out there how you can sign into the Zoom or the Facebook Live, or just be able to go down to their office in Belmopan and be able to have that expo and see the tents and everybody and to have that conversation one-on-one. And with that, we go to our next commercial break. When we're back, we're going to be talking about the Community Counseling Center and what's their services and the upcoming projects. Stay tuned for that exciting conversation. We'll be right back.